and 50% Japanese genetics. In this video, we'll be cooking each type of Wagyu 2 ways. We have a control ribeye of each that will season identically with just salt and pepper before searing for a beautiful crust. The goal of these control steaks are to truly taste and compare each type to find out which is best. Now for our non-control of each type of Wagyu, we're gonna be cooking a very unique cut in a very unique way, starting with this steak right here that you've probably never seen before. For our American Wagyu non-control, believe it or not, this is a bone-in tenderloin. It started as a porterhouse, but then had that New York strip side removed. American Wagyu as a Wagyu category is our cheapest of the day, but this cut in particular is probably the most expensive you can find. And to complement it, check out what we have here. This is easily the biggest lobster tail I've ever seen. Take a look at the back. I mean, it's got all these crazy, huge flippy floppies, and these just absolutely massive paddles. I mean, this thing is literally the same size as our cat. You want the lobster? She wants the lobster. Oh, she wants just cutting through the top and pulling over that jumbo tail meat. Hitting it with some honey Cajun seasoning and onto the grill. What we're left with is an extremely epic American Wagyu surf and turf with some Cajun butter over the top. At least visually, we are starting extremely hot. All right, guys, I hope you're hungry. We are about to try some of the best beef in the world. You gotta see the last one we're cooking too. It's the most preposterous cow I've ever seen.
Dude, this is the most preposterous lobster tail I've ever seen. That thing is huge.
It's a big boy.
Where'd you even get that thing?
You don't wanna know. Pretty big tail you got there.
Whoa, 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 hands off the tail.
Let me get a peek of that thing.
No.
Hey, give me your tail. Give me your tail.
Oh, right.
Starting with the non-control. I mean, if this is only our first of the day, I can't imagine how good things are gonna get, because that is everything I would ever want in a steak.
I'm more impressed with the lobster, because I heard the bigger the lobster gets, usually the tougher it is, right? This one's super juicy. It's like really tender. That was a great bite.
Okay, to accurately determine what we think of our first steak, the American Wagyu, we of course have our control. This is just a regular ribeye.
It's a good steak.
Just good? I don't know if a steak can get better than that.
I think it tastes like a really good prime grade steak. I wouldn't be able to tell that that's Wagyu.
It is extremely rich. Could it be a little bit more beefy? Maybe, but there's no way I can rank that steak low. Let's rank. What?
What are you at?
That was one of the most incredible steaks I've ever had in my life.
It was a really good steak. I'm trying to find like that one steak that blows me away, and I think this, out of all Wagyus, is like a little bit above average.
This is a unique one. Next up, New Zealand Wagyu. Specifically, this is what happens when a cow from New Zealand is bred with a Japanese Wagyu cow that then grows up in New Zealand. We'll start with the control, and just like all Wagyu crossbreeds, it inherently has less marbling than like a purebred Japanese Wagyu cow. But what makes this one particularly unique is that this cow is also 100% grass-fed while living in New Zealand. Grass-fed is usually way too lean for me, so I'm curious if the fatty Wagyu component will balance it out for the world's best tasting grass-fed steak, but we'll see. And for the non-control, it's time for brisket. And believe it or not, we're gonna try cooking it with these crazy looking flax leaves we got shipped all the way from New Zealand. This New Zealand Wagyu brisket looks very similar to a normal brisket, but flipping it over, there's definitely some amazing marbling in there, and the fat cap seems to be rendering just like Wagyu fat would. And we'll start by trimming this up like your typical standard backyard Texas style brisket. Now to add to our New Zealand seasoning blend, we have something very unique. These are Tasmanian mountain peppers, native to the area with a more complex and fruity flavor profile than regular black pepper. Such a deep, complex flavor. It almost has like a licorice undertone, a bit of a kick. That is very different. Grinding them up, they almost have more of a ground coffee texture, but either way, into the spice blend. And now we'll just generously season up our New Zealand Wagyu brisket. We'll get it on the grill, and I'll see you guys in about 10 hours. All right, guys, it has been exactly 11 hours. It has hit 180 internal. This is what we got. And that's where our New Zealand flax leaves come in.
Max, are you sure those are flax leaves?
Now that I think about it, is this a leaf? Didn't the website say this was a flax leaf?
Doesn't look like a leaf where I'm from.
That looks more like a New Zealand bush, but either way, we're going with it. My goal is these leaves will provide an earthy, New Zealand-inspired flavor, sort of like we get with banana leaves. What is happening? Yeah, these are definitely not leaves. It's just straw, I think. But either way, we're pushing forward and doing our best to get this brisket completely wrapped up, just like this. And we'll let this finish cooking. Well guys, it has been 16 long hours. Let's check on this brisket. Well, one thing's for certain, definitely smell the grass. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know what I was thinking here. Regardless, our New Zealand Wagyu brisket, at least visually, is looking pretty good. Let's slice. I mean, it looks juicy and it is definitely quite tender. The big question is whether the lean grass-fed component will override the fact that it is technically a Wagyu crossbreed, and there's only one way to find out. All right, guys, New Zealand Wagyu. How crazy is that?
I like that.
I don't know if I like that. I'm definitely getting some grassy flavors going on.
I feel like the bark is a little crunchy.
It's a little grainy.
Yeah.
It's not overly rich for a brisket. It's a nice, like, lean brisket. I'm actually surprised it's Wagyu.
Texture-wise, it's very similar to a regular, like, backyard brisket. There are some interesting flavors. It kind of reminds me of like a banana leaf. It's like herbal, floral. It's just different. Let's move over to the control. Can definitely tell that that's grass-fed. Not necessarily gamey, but very distinctive.
It does have that really earthy flavor, almost like it was dipped in tea, but honestly, it tastes like a choice grade grass-fed steak. I would never have thought that that's Wagyu.
I like this one more than the first one.
Really?
I like steak that has a good bite and a good texture like that.
The thing is, I don't love grass-fed in general, but in the realm of grass-fed, that's probably the best one I've ever had. No way.
I think the texture is way better when it's not too fatty. And also that brisket was super good.
That is shocking. Our next Wagyu steak might have the least amount of marbling, but it is the one that I am by far most excited to cook. But what makes this steak unique is that when this cow was slaughtered, it was extremely old. Just like our first steak of the day, this is American Wagyu, a crossbreed between an American Angus cow and a Japanese Wagyu. Most cows are slaughtered at about 2 years old. This one is over 3 times older and makes for an extremely rare steak. It not only has 50% Japanese Wagyu genetics, but it also has all the unique flavor qualities that come with an older cow. This is my first opportunity to taste a more mature cow, but I've heard that they have a way deeper beefy flavor, and combining that with the rich Wagyu component, I have a feeling this could be one of the best tasting steaks in the world. Okay, cook this to the exact same internal temp as the others, but the color is just so much deeper and darker, a major difference due to the excessive age on this cow. Now for the non-control, we have the deepest red colored flank steak I've ever seen. I mean, this looks way more like bison or game meat than any sort of beef I've ever seen. I am shocked that this is technically considered American Wagyu. There appears to be like no marbling. We'll start by taking some nice slices the long way. And I'll get it lightly seasoned with salt and black pepper. Let's sear. Keeping the heat high, the goal here is to try and quickly achieve a good crust since these slices are so thin. As you can see, we've developed some nice color on the outside, but still extremely rare on the inside. Next step, we'll need this super flavorful and garlicky marinade. Some Asian, chili crisp, and sesame flavors in there, getting it all covered, and we'll let this marinate for a couple hours. And just like that, it's time to roll. Each slice will get its very own individual wrap of seaweed, and because the meat is marinated, it seems to be sticking and sealing on there quite well. And it's time for one final jumbo wrap. We'll get all those individual slices loaded up and get them all wrapped up. We'll let this chill in the fridge, and after chilling, let's slice. This could be a mistake, but gonna try and get creative with the plating of this sauce. I got inspired to make this dish by Chef Mike. As you can tell, I'm a bit out of my comfort zone. Oh! See, this is why I like to keep things a little more classic, and when I try to get too fancy, things like this happen. Clearly, I was not made for the Michelin-starred kitchens. Sauce is great though. I can't tell if this is beautiful or if it looks like a 5-year-old threw a bunch of stuff on a plate, but either way, let's taste some 6-year-old American Wagyu. All right guys, 6-year-old Wagyu cow.
I love the marinade on that meat, but the meat is a little tough.
Still chewing.
Me too, I can't get it down.
Very beefy beef. You get a lot of Asian components. It is a little too chewy, but I still really like it.
Dude, I got a really weird taste in my mouth. Yeah, I'm like, thinking about eating this is grossing me out.
To be fair, this one does look a little concerning. I don't know why it's that red. I cooked it to the exact same temperature as the rest of these steaks. That bad?
That is disgusting.
What?
I feel like I just took a bite of like an old person's arm or something.
Well, you technically kind of did. I think you lack sophistication in your palate. It is chewy though, I'm gonna be straight up with you.
It has a weird, funky, twangy, old flavor.
It is different. It's a bit more chewy. The fat is almost like waxy. Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's not gonna rank high.
All right, this might seem low. I will admit, I didn't know that that was like a 95-year-old cow. I might think it's a little bit better.
They're overreacting. As we move up in marbling, we head down to Australia because this is Australian Wagyu. This is the result of an Australian cow that was crossbred with a Japanese Wagyu cow. And as you can see, we're finally approaching some truly significant marbling. Australian Wagyu is typically going to be more marbled than other crosses like American Wagyu, but it's of course still miles away from the fully authentic purebred stuff from Japan. Keep in mind that at the end of the video, we are cooking the world's strongest genetically modified Wagyu cow, which will undoubtedly be crazier, but still the result of this one is some of the most highly sought after and balanced beef. You get the beefiness and steaky texture from the Australian Angus parent, but you also get a very high proportion of fatty richness from the Japanese Wagyu parent. I can already tell you with this one that we are in for a treat. And for the non-control, yes, believe it or not, we're cooking this cut right here. It is exactly what you think it is. The oxtail.
You really had me going there.
Oxtail is a cut that often gets forgotten, but if you're in the know, you know that few things compare. In Australian Wagyu form, the marbling is out of control. As you can see, it has this just insanely rich marbling on there. And then right through the center, we have this super strange textured, some sort of cartilage, but it's kind of gooey like Jello.
It looks like the weenus.
That's really strange, Sophia. We got some serious problems here. We'll get these trimmed up, and what we're making is some melt-in-your-mouth banana leaf barbacoa. Once rendered down, oxtails, in my opinion, have more flavor than brisket or even beef cheeks, so I'm very interested to see how it works in barbacoa form. With them seared, let's move on. Next up, we'll need some banana leaves, and I'll use them to line this pot here, just like so. And now we'll go in with those beautifully seared oxtails. From here, we'll finish our braising liquid by adding in just a bit more beef stock. Got all sorts of great barbacoa flavors and chilies in there, and we'll get it all completely blended. Ooh, smoky, smells a little spicy. That's gonna be good. Just covering with a bit more stock. We'll seal in those leaves and we'll let it braise. All right, we've let this go pretty much all day and it should be done. Ooh, smells unbelievable. Let's see what we got in here. I mean, they look super saucy and flavorful, topped with more of that sauce and some lime juice. I cannot wait to give these a shot. All right, Australian Wagyu, we are fully gloved up for this one. So much collagen, but it isn't too rich, like it just melts in your mouth. This might be the most underrated cut on the entire cow, if cooked correctly.
I think there's something about cooking oxtail this way in like a stew. It always turns out really good.
It just works.
One of my favorite parts is that little gummy knob. It has that cartilage and collagen that's just kind of broken down and gooey. Sounds gross, but tastes great. I think this might be one of my new favorite cuts.
All right, let's move over to the control.
You really get that Wagyu fat flavor.
For me, it's all about the texture. Yes, it's extremely rich and like Wagyu fatty, but it's